Greetings and hope you're well. In the previous videos, we talked about the outcome and results that we enjoy in our personal and professional life. And if we want to enhance those outcomes, we need to look inside. We propose that our inner game creates our outer game. Therefore, by upgrading our inner operating system, our outer game would benefit. We suggest that an important way to do that is by marrying a vision or a purpose, which would upgrade us from a default mind to an intentional mind. We then suggested that even a vision or a purpose that has a heart, meaning our emotions and motivation is behind it, will still be resisted by the default mind. And we suggested that the way the default mind would do that is through the watering down strategy. You can check the last video number 3 for that. Besides that strategy, your purpose and vision and goals and objectives to achieve that purpose will be resisted by the default mind in another way. That is usually under the radar and initially more challenging to spot. However, for you to achieve your purpose and vision is of utmost importance that these limiting beliefs are recognized. I'm going to give 2 examples, one about a CEO of a very, very well-known multinational company that I coached, and then about a life coaching example for you to see how these limiting beliefs stop us from implementing our objectives and goals in order to fulfill our purpose. The CEO that I coached, after looking at his 360 assessment, he recognized that his command style of leadership, by telling his senior team what to do, was demotivating his team. Therefore, being an intelligent and deeply committed leader, he wanted to transform his leadership style and bring forth more coaching style of leadership, as he recognized our coaching conversations and engagements were very beneficial to him. So he set up objective of asking questions during the meetings rather than giving the solutions. In the following 2 coaching sessions, the feedback wasn't that great. He was not succeeding. And in a follow-up session to that, he said he's only an effective leader if he's got all the solutions to the problems. Upon hearing that, I asked him to stop, write that statement, and investigate the validity of that statement, that he can only be an effective leader if he has all the solutions by himself. And if that belief was empowering or in fact sabotaging his goal of asking questions. Upon inquiry and investigating that together, he recognized the belief was incorrect. And in fact, it was that limiting belief under the radar that was sabotaging him achieving his objective, asking questions during the meetings. Once this was recognized, he successfully implemented his objectives, asking questions during the meetings, and his team became more motivated, and his leadership style transformed, and he became a much more effective leader. His inner game transformed, changed his outer game. The second example is of a very good-looking lady. She wanted to have intimate relationship rather than being single. In the follow-up sessions, as he engaged in dating as a method, as an objective to achieve that purpose, we recognized she was not successful. In the follow-up sessions, she said men can be trusted. They only want her for her looks and body. I asked her to stop and write that statement. I asked her to investigate that statement and also check if that statement was enabling her achieving her objectives or was impeding her. She recognized while some men cannot be trusted, this may not be true about all men. And she recognized this limiting belief under the radar was the reason why each time the dating was becoming serious, she would quit. She would quit the dating and therefore sabotaging her purpose and the objectives and the goals. Once that was recognized and once it was investigated, she was free. She was able to accomplish her purpose. The reason I'm sharing this with you is sometimes we don't achieve our objectives. Just as we are succeeding, we suddenly quit. Please pay attention to that pattern. That pattern usually suggests a limiting belief underneath. So it is not because you are not intelligent. It is not because you are not powerful. It is not because you're not motivated. Those are not the reasons. The reason may be not being able to see the limiting belief that is sabotaging your attempts. Therefore, investigating the thoughts and beliefs behind those patterns are crucial. Hope you find this video series helpful. Wishing you well.